So again, yeah, welcome to today's webinar on practice picketing and ready to strike actions. Please type your name and local in the chat, and let's get started. My name is Antonio Rosario. I'm going to be a 29-year Teamster in August from local Teamsters 804, and I'm a proud member of the Teamsters TDU Steering Committee, Teamsters for Democratic Union. We are a network of Teamsters who inform and involve members to win better contracts and build worker power. We support the International Union's contract campaign. We are independent of the IBT. Today we're going over an update on contract negotiations, what's next and how we'll win, practice picketing, ready to strike actions, and how to get involved, how to get the latest contract campaign materials. We will hear from Teamsters who are planning practice pickets and ready to strike actions. After the call, we'll text and email you a take action form. Fill it out, order contract campaign signs, leaflets, and other action items. At the end of the webinar, we will have a Q&A. Use the Q&A function to send in your question, and we will cover as many as we can. A lot is happening, so let's get to it. To start us off, let me introduce you to International Union's UPS Contract Campaign Coordinator, our brother, Rob Atkinson.
Thank you, Brother Rosario, and thank you all for having me on the call today. My name is Rob Atkinson, and I'm the UPS Contract Campaign Coordinator. But most importantly, I'm one of us. I'm a 35-year Teamster steward that was fired by UPS back in 2014 for exercising my rights and standing up for what I believe in. Like all of you, I've seen firsthand over my career at UPS how this company regards, respects, and treats us. Their initial financial proposal is just the latest example of them showing us all exactly what they think of us and the sacrifices that we've made, that have been made by every Teamster at UPS over the years, and also during the recent pandemic. But that's okay, because I don't know if UPS heard, but UPS Teamsters just voted by 97% to authorize a strike. That's right. We stand united behind Sean and Fred and the entire negotiating committee, and we're prepared to do what it takes to get the contract that every Teamster that works at UPS has earned and deserves. Recently, General President Sean O'Brien announced that the Teamsters will organize practice picketing at UPS. We're going to do that the same way we've done everything else during this campaign. We're going to get out to the gates, we're going to get in their face, and we're going to show them we know what we're doing and that we're inspired and excited and we know what's going on and we're informed. If UPS does not agree to a fair contract by August 1st, they will be striking themselves. Our strike deadline is 38 days away, 37 days away, something like that. UPS better know that down to the minute. The National Negotiating Committee has reached 55 tentative agreements on non-economic issues, including excessive overtime, 8-hour requests, 9-5, driver-facing cameras, tougher penalties for supervisors working and harassment, payroll errors, subcontracting, a variety of sleeper team and Article 40 issues, air conditioning and heat-related issues like ice, water, and drinking fountains. You can watch a video where General President Sean O'Brien reviews all 55 tentative agreements on the UPS Teamsters app or on the Teamsters YouTube channel. The International Union put a massive economic proposal on the table on Wednesday that covers all the key issues that we have been uniting around: eliminating two-tier 22-4s, make all package drivers RPCDs, wage increases for every UPS Teamster, higher part-time pay, and MRA abuse, catch-up raises for senior part-timers. That's really important. Create more full-time 22-3 jobs. No forced 6 punch. Eliminate PVDs. Increase pensions. Additional paid holidays like MLK Day and Juneteenth, and more. The next day, the company came back with an insulting low-ball response to our proposals. The National Negotiating Committee rejected it and told the company there will be no more meetings until they get serious. That's the kind of leadership we have now, and that's the kind of negotiating committee that we have. We're not going to put up with getting pushed around. Sean went public and he didn't mince words. Here's what he put on Twitter. If this company wants to negotiate a contract for 1997 conditions, they're going to get a 1997 response. We need to send UPS the message that we are ready to strike if that's what it takes to win a good contract. And that's why the IBT is calling on local unions and Teamster members to organize practice picketing. And oh yeah, before I go, I want you to know, even though I said UPS fired me, back in 2014, I still have an active National Labor Relations Board case against them, and I could be back any day. Because when we fight, we win. Finally, I just want I want to thank everyone on this call for everything you're doing to build a united contract campaign. United, we are going to win a great contract. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. We appreciate everything you're doing, and we're proud of you. After decades of contract givebacks on the HAFA, we're on the verge of victory right now. UPS is going to agree to a fair contract, or they will strike themselves in August. Either way, we're going to win and end a generation of givebacks at UPS. In a minute, we will talk about practice picketing and other next steps. But first, I want to call on my brother from Local 89, a longtime TDU member, David Thornsberry, to talk about how we got to this point. If you want to make history, you need to know your history. Thorny, take it away, brother.
Thanks, Rosario. I started working at UPS in 1987. In 1997, we went on strike for 15 days, and I was young and I was very nervous about it. It turned out to be one of the best things that ever happened to me. It changed my life, and it changed my life in many ways. And it turned out to be one of the best things that ever happened to me, and it was a historic victory for the labor movement. This was before the internet and social media. Every day on the picket line, we literally taped up an update from TDU. That's how everyone knew on our picket line what was going on. In 1999, HAFA took office and company-friendly concessions became the way of our union at UPS. Since 1976, TDU has had a network of UPS Teamsters, and we kept informing and uniting members. That didn't change. We started the End Part-Time Poverty at UPS campaign and made this a major issue in every contract starting in 2008. In 2013, TDU and other UPS Teamsters built a Vote No movement against givebacks. Fred Zuckerman helped lead this fight. We voted down the 2013 contract by 89% in my local in Louisville. In 2016, Fred Zuckerman joined forces with TDU and ran for general president against HAFA on the first Teamsters United slate. Over 90% of local officers opposed Fred and Teamsters United. But Fred and Teamsters United won 49% of the vote in the election, including over 60% of the vote of UPS Teamsters. The tide was obviously turning. After the election, Sean O'Brien was briefly named Package Division Director, and he moved our union in a more aggressive, united direction. But when Sean insisted on working with all Teamsters to win a good contract, HAFA fired him and reopened the concession stand. TDU launched UPS Teamsters United and worked with Sean and Fred. The majority of UPSers voted no to reject two-tier 22-4 and other givebacks. We rejected the contract, but HAFA imposed it anyway. In 2019, TDU members voted at our convention to endorse the O'Brien Zuckerman Teamsters United slate, and we campaigned like hell to elect them. Along the way, we changed the Teamsters Constitution to eliminate the 2/3 rule HAFA used to impose the contract. We also won strike pay starting on day one of any strike. 80% of Teamsters voted for O'Brien Zuckerman Teamsters United. We won new leadership and a new direction in our union. And that's how we got here. It took years of organizing to get that way. TDU is our national network that brings UPSers and other Teamsters together to inform each other, to fight concessions, and to enforce our contract. We have built Teamsters unity from the bottom up. Now, the General President himself summed it up in a statement on the UPS Teamsters app this week. He said, "The reason we are in this position to fight so hard and demand so much is because we are united. We have built a nationwide coalition among all members that includes critical support and partnering with Teamsters United, Teamsters for a Democratic Union, and other allied organizations in labor. We have come together as Teamsters, as fighters for working people, and we are determined to win together." Now, the General President is right. We are determined, we are united, and we are going to win. Thank you.
Thank you so much, brother. We can't build union power if we don't know how we built that power. So thank you, Thorny, for explaining the history and how we got to this point. It's time to talk about what's next. And that's practice picketing and ready to strike actions. This is going to be awesome. We want to build these actions at hundreds of UPS buildings, and we are going to give you the tools to do that. We will also be showing the company we're ready to strike if we have to. The vast majority of Teamsters have never been on strike. So practice picketing, parking lot meetings, and leafletting are very important for building our unity and rank and file determination. We hope every local will organize practice picketing, and most will. Some will do a great job, others maybe not, but we can help build them everywhere. The fact that the International Union broke off talks because management's insulting offer should heighten our interest. Let's take advantage of it. Here to walk us through this is Boston Local 25 shop steward, my brother, my good friend, TDU Steering Committee member, Greg Kerwood. Let it go, Greg.
Thanks, Tony. First, we want to know, what is practice picketing? So practice picketing is a demonstration of our unity, where we go to UPS before work or we stay after work and we rally with picket signs that say just practicing. It's a demonstration of our power, a demonstration of our numbers, and is designed to bring us together, but also give the company a taste of what they may be in for if they continue to push us further. We have to be very clear, though, of what practice picketing is not. Practice picketing is not a work stoppage. We are not stopping work or stopping deliveries. We are not asking anyone else to stop work or to stop deliveries. This is not a strike. It's practicing. It's a fire drill. You cannot be fired, but you have to follow the do's and don'ts. Fire drills are a good idea, but shouting fire in a crowded movie theater is not a good idea. So we're going to do this right. The IBT guide to practice picketing has a lot of good info, and we will be emailing it to everyone after this Zoom. Please read it. It's got ideas, frequently asked questions, and do's and don'ts. Let's talk quickly about the do's and the don'ts. Do get to your building early for practice picketing. Do be on time for your shift. Do explain to others why we're practice picketing. And do get the word out and build participation. Now the don'ts. Don't call what we're doing a strike or even a picket line. This is practice picketing. Don't be late for work. Don't stop working or cause others to stop working. Don't cause others to stop making deliveries. Don't block entrances or egresses or gates. Don't incite violence, get in heated exchanges, or damage property. And don't tell people to boycott UPS. If you see someone getting confused and stopping work, even if it's a contractor, clear up the confusion. Do not play games. A strike or a work stoppage during the life of the contract is not permitted, and it is not what we are doing. After July 31st, it will be a different story. Right now, we are having a legal, lawful rally for informational purposes, and we're going to have fun doing it too. I promise. The International Union has sent practice picketing materials to every local union, including a guide and practice picketing signs. The guide has several good tips. For example, can you or your local invite people from other unions or community groups? Invite the local media. The possible strike is of interest to the media right now. Get a local TV station or other media outlet to show up. Have a sign making party. Have supplies ready to make signs on the spot. To get involved, contact your local union to learn more about plans. And your local may still be figuring it out. So don't sit back and wait for them to come to you. Volunteer to help organize and make practice picketing successful. Participate and build participation by talking to members, texting, using WhatsApp, or whatever communication tool you use to spread the word. And please remember, brothers and sisters, that our power on the ground is what gives our committee the power at the table. Stay strong.
Thank you, Greg. That was clear, and we know where we're headed. Practice picketing is being organized by local unions. Join in. You can also organize your own activities to build member unity and show the company we're ready to strike if we have to. Hold a parking lot meeting or parking lot rally. We actually did a webinar not too long ago. Check the webinar section of the UPS Teamsters United website for tips on organizing a parking lot meeting. or fill out the take action form at the end of this call to talk to a TDU member or organizer. Pass out the bargaining update from UPS Teamsters United. It has a summary of key tentative agreements that have been reached so far, and we are fighting for now. Pass out ready to strike vinyl decals. These materials are all available from TDU. After this Zoom, you will get an email and a text with a take action form. Fill it out and we will ship you a bargaining update leaflets, signs, decals, whatever you need. You may be wondering who pays for all this free stuff. Some of us have been involved for a long time. Many of you are new, which is awesome. So let me explain. The union does not pay for UPS Teamsters United campaign materials, and UPS sure doesn't pay for them. TDU and UPS Teamsters United are funded by donations and TDU membership dues from Teamsters like you. We will ship signs, leaflets, and decals to anyone who will use them to inform members and fight for a contract we all deserve. The contract campaign toolkits are free, even if you do not donate a dime. But this is a grassroots fight, and we are Teamsters helping Teamsters. Join TDU or donate something to cover part of the cost if you can. A one-year TDU membership is $50 and comes with a free Ready to Strike t-shirt. A bunch of us have them already. And you'll get a Teamsters United banner. We're all going to have a Q&A at the end of this call. But first, let's hear from Teamsters around the country about their practice picketing and their contract unity plans. First, we have Jenny Beckenstein from Local 396 in Los Angeles, who I've had the pleasure of meeting. Becky, take us away, girl.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jenny. I'm a part-timer on the preload shift out of Local 396 in Los Angeles. I'm a shop steward at the Olympic Hub, which is the hub right in downtown LA. I actually just got out of work, so if I look sweaty, it's not just because I'm on a call with 1,600 people. But yeah, so this week we're going to be doing practice picketing with both the preload shift and the drivers. And it's important for us both to show the company that we are serious about striking and that we're serious about getting a strong contract, but also about to show members what it's like to strike, because a lot of us on the preload, we're new. We've never been on strike. We've never done picketing. So important to show people what it's going to be like, so people can kind of know what to expect. So this week we're going to be, we'll be flyering every day, every morning at 4 a.m. and then after our shift also, to make sure that everyone in our building knows what's going on. They know when it is. They know not to make plans right after work for the day that we're going to be practice picketing. So we'll be out there, and a lot of what has prepared us for this is that we have engaged the membership for every contract action that the IBT or Teamsters United or our local has called for. So we've been informing people basically for the last year since the August kickoff contract action rallies. So people are pretty informed at this point, and definitely showing that unity, which is awesome. We also do weekly union huddles and bi-weekly contract meetings in our parking lot. So I would just say the best thing to do right now is to just make sure people are engaging everyone. We went belt to belt with the palm cards to make sure there wasn't anyone in our building who didn't know what was going on. So yeah, that's what we're up to this week, and excited to see what else is happening around the country.
Thank you so much, Jenny, and thank you for your commitment and being on the call over there. We appreciate you. Now let's hear from Benji Austin in Charlotte, Local 71. Take us away, Benji.
Good afternoon, Teamsters. It's a privilege to be on this call. Something that we are doing in our local is the rallies. The parking lot rallies seem to be going well. Whenever we did the palm cards last year on the anniversary of the 97 strike, which I'll say I'm a proud veteran of that strike. I was a young guy back then with a head full of hair, jokingly. But I'm proud to say I was part of that. But I think for our rallies, we have our tables set up. We have the signage that Brother Rob has sent out, the signs, the lanyards, all the materials. We also, for us, we do biscuits or coolers, with drinks and stuff to try to draw them in. But I think the people are just looking for reassurance and encouragement, because we have a lot of people, a lot of new employees that have never been through this before. So we rely on our veteran guys that have been through it to kind of encourage people. And we just try, biggest thing is to encourage them, update them, and reassure them everything's going to be all right. And the strength is in our numbers and sticking together as brothers and sisters. I think that's our best avenue, and something I try to relay to the people. I know Sean is big on, using the football analogies, and I kind of play off that. I had a football coach that used to say, on the first snap of the ball, you hit them right in the mouth. So out of the gate, if we come out of the gate strong on all this, I think we'll get their attention. And I think the company has noticed and is noticing that something's different this time around. And just encourage everybody on this call, spread the love, the encouragement, and stick together. And we'll get a good contract if we stick together. Thank you,
brother. Appreciate that football analogy. Let's all buckle up those chin straps, as Sean likes to say. And next up, we got LaWanda. She's here, Teamster business agent from Idaho, local 983. LaWanda, take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is LaWanda Ellsworth, and I'm the business agent for local 983 in Southeast Idaho. I'm the only business agent that covers our local UPS Teamsters. And we have been committed to holding parking lot rallies, every parking lot rally that the IBT has asked us to do, to put pressure on the company. The UPS contract fight has definitely changed UPS members' relationship with the union. Stewards are stepping up. Members have been getting more involved. But UPS has definitely been trying to scare our members through harassments and layoffs. Our local and our members, we're not going to take it anymore. We are holding practice picket lines at our buildings next week so that we can show the members that we're united, and we can show the company that we're not going to back down. We're ready to strike if we have to. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, LaWanda. We appreciate you. Next up, we got the president of Lancaster Local 771 on the call, RJ Brand. What are you doing to practice picketing plans?
So we are planning to start practice picketing next week. Also, we've had numerous parking lot meetings out at we have one building under 771. We have also had State Representative Izzy Smith Waddell out to show his support, and we've last week, or no, 2 weeks ago, we did the strike authorization vote. That got a lot of people fired up for the upcoming possible strike. We never know, but it's been a lot of good feedback in Lancaster. Stewards are getting involved, and we are continuing to do parking lot meetings, and are looking forward to showing the new members what practice picketing is, and are going to continue the fight, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, RJ. Appreciate you, brother. Next up, and we got let's hear it from Luther McLeod from North Carolina, local 391. Luther?
I'm coming. Hello, hey, how y'all doing, everybody? Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we hear you loud and clear,
All
brother.
right, good. Thank you. I'm Luther McLeod out of local 391 in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm a 23-year Teamster, a driver out of Raleigh. And we're not really doing practice picketing. They're not doing it in our area, but what we are doing is we're having weekly parking lot meetings with all the drivers, and we also bringing in every part-timer in the building from all the shifts, and we're just being engaged with them, keeping them, keeping their hopes up, keeping their spirits up. And one thing we have to do is just bring everybody together. We had great success with the pension campaign a couple of weeks ago, and we're gonna continue keeping everybody motivated and ready to go if we have to strike.
All right, my brother. Short and sweet. I love it. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, brother. Thank you. Last but not least, Canton, Ohio is in the house. Damian Kungle of local 92. Take it away, D.
Thanks, Antonio. Good morning, brothers and sisters. My name is Damian Kungle. I am a part-time preloader and shop steward out of Local 92 in Canton, Ohio. For the last few months, we've been working hard to build awareness and solidarity for the contract campaign in my building. We hold regular parking lot meetings to discuss the latest negotiation updates and answer any questions, comments, or concerns about anything else going on in our operation. We've created a mass texting list to get the word out about updates and actions, as well as handing out physical materials like flyers and leaflets, some of which we've made ourselves, and a lot have been provided by TDU at no cost. This Thursday, we'll be having meetings for all 3 of our work shifts, the preload, the drivers, and the local sort, to not only talk about the latest updates, but also to begin our picket line practicing, start getting everyone familiar with the process, and to hand out materials. We'll be employing the same strategies I just mentioned, the texting list and handing out flyers, to get the word out and make sure as many people as possible know about it and are able to attend. I didn't have any idea how to go about getting any of these things started in my area until I tuned into my first TDU webinar, checked the Get More Involved boxes in the survey at the end, and got a phone call from someone ready to provide advice and strategies to get the ball rolling. You hear it all the time, but truly anybody can do these kinds of things. If you have the desire to make a difference in your buildings, do what I did. Reach out and start having those conversations. There's all the help you can need readily available to you. Thank you guys for having me.